Have you ever felt this way? You have big dreams. You want to change your life. You want success, happiness, and a better future. But when it's time to take action, you hesitate. You say, "I'll do it tomorrow." Then tomorrow becomes the next day, and everything stays the same. If you've ever had ambition but lacked action, then this story is for you. A story that may change the way you see yourself forever. Long ago, in a small village surrounded by lush green fields, there lived a young man named Laurus. He was 25, strong, full of dreams, and confident about the future. He often told everyone, "One day, I'll be the richest farmer in this village. My fields will shine with golden harvests, and people will come to learn from me." Everyone admired his ambition, but they all knew one thing. Laurus was great at talking, not doing. When the sun rose and others went to work, Laurus stayed in bed, lost in dreams. While others sweated under the sun, he sat under a tree, talking about the future. He loved imagining success, but feared hard work, and that laziness slowly widened the gap between his dreams and his reality. One evening, as the sunset covered the village in warm light, his uncle, a wise and experienced farmer, came to visit. He looked around Laurus's field and sighed. The soil was rich, but nothing grew except weeds. He asked, "Laurus, my boy, why is your field empty? You talk about golden harvests, but all I see is dry, cracked earth." Laurus smiled confidently. "Uncle, I'll start tomorrow. I'll make this field shine, you'll see." The old man shook his head. He had heard those words, "I'll do it tomorrow," far too many times. He reached into his pocket and took out 2 tiny seeds. "These," he said, "are magical seeds. One is ambition. If you water it every day, it will grow into a great tree that gives shade and sweet fruit. The other is laziness. It grows very fast, but will spread weeds that destroy everything." He placed both seeds in Laurus's hand and said gently, "Your future depends on which seed you choose to nurture." Laurus looked at the 2 seeds, one bright, one dark, and smiled. "Of course I'll plant ambition. I want to succeed." But the next morning, when the sun rose, he said again, "I'll do it tomorrow." And that's how the story of the 2 seeds within each of us began. Days passed, then weeks. Laurus kept delaying. Every day he said, "I'll do it later, and I'll start soon." Finally, one lazy afternoon, Laurus thought, "Oh well, I'll just plant both seeds. Nothing bad will happen." He planted both, ambition and laziness, into the empty soil, then walked away without watering or caring for them. Time went on. The lazy days blended together. Laurus still slept late, still talked big, still dreamed, but never acted. He forgot about the 2 tiny seeds beneath the ground, silently growing. One morning, when he finally went to his field, he froze. Wild weeds had taken over everything. They grew thick and fast, the children of laziness. In one corner, the ambition seed was barely alive, a weak sprout, withered and dry, strangled by the weeds. His uncle came again, saw the field, and said sadly, "Laurus, this is your life. Ambition needs daily care. Without it, it dies. But laziness needs no help. It grows on its own and destroys everything around it." Laurus fell to his knees, trembling, his hand touching the dying sprout. Tears rolled down his face. At that moment, he finally understood. Dreams cannot live without action. That night, Laurus couldn't sleep. He lay staring at the ceiling, his uncle's words echoing in his mind. "Laziness will destroy everything if you don't pull it out now." He felt regret, shame, and sorrow. He remembered his promises, the admiration of the villagers, the dreams he once shouted proudly. Now, all that remained were weeds and dry soil. Before sunrise, Laurus jumped out of bed. He grabbed his hoe and went to the field. One by one, he pulled the weeds out with his blistered hands. The sun was hot, sweat poured down his face, his back ached, but he didn't stop. Day after day, he watered the soil, cared for the weak sprout, talked to it like a friend. Time passed, and something magical happened. That fragile seed of ambition began to grow strong. Its leaves turned green, its roots deepened, and soon it became a great tree full of golden fruit. The once barren field was now covered in life and color. Laurus smiled with pride, not just because the field had flourished, but because he had changed. From that day on, people called him the farmer who defeated laziness. And Laurus finally understood. Dreams never bloom if you only dream. Only action can make ambition take root and bear fruit. But this story isn't just about a farmer. It's a mirror for all of us. Inside every heart live 2 seeds, one of ambition, one of laziness. Each day, we feed one of them, whether we realize it or not. If we let laziness lead, it slowly grows stronger, creeping into our habits, choking our dreams. But if we nurture ambition with discipline, persistence, and faith, then sooner or later, the tree of success will rise in the sunlight. Success doesn't come overnight. It comes with every early morning you wake up to try again, every time you push through the tiredness, every moment you choose do it now instead of I'll do it tomorrow. Remember, dreams only live when fed by action. Weeds of laziness grow fast, but with a determined heart, you can pull them out and turn your field of life into a glowing golden harvest. So, don't wait for tomorrow. Take your hoe, step into your own field today, and start planting the seeds of your dream right now.